In your bed. Good boy. Hello, welcome to Untitled Animal Training and Behaviour, and this is a small, short video on how to teach your dog to go to his crate on command. So the crate is really useful for a number of reasons. If you're toilet training a puppy, if your dog is afraid of fireworks or needs a bit of security, you can make them a nice little den, their safe haven. Or also if you feel like it's beneficial to have a place for your dog to go and have time on their own, whether it's because they get too hyper and overtired and need a place to rest, or whether it's because you've got, like myself, a young baby and you need your dog to have his own space to protect him from the child and the child from him when they're getting too much for each other. So crates have many, many benefits. They're certainly not just a cage. I think they are definitely an improvement to a lot of dogs' welfare. That said, they're not for every dog. So some dogs hate them and you either have to work quite hard to make them work, or maybe they're just not that dog's cup of tea. And that's absolutely fine as long as they've got something that works for them. So we're going to teach our dogs to go into the crate on command. Now the first thing I would just mention, some dogs are a little bit claustrophobic about you bending near the crate, if they've got a bit of a nervous nature, or maybe they've had a difficult past. So for those dogs, what I would suggest is taking the bed or blanket out of the crate and starting your work, good boy, on that, separate from the crate. So you're in a nice open space and you're not having to stoop and corner them. So what you can do is just standing adjacent to your bed or mat, good boy, send them on and reward them. Good boy. So you're gesturing, on your bed, good boy. As soon as he's on, he gets a good boy and a treat. Good. Nice. On your bed, good boy. And then once he's doing it confidently from one angle, I'll try it at a different angle. Come. Nice. On your bed. Good boy. Lovely. Come. Ready? On your bed. Good boy. So I want to make sure, wherever you are, come. Yes. Good lad. Wherever you are, that bed means go to it if you kind of gesture like that. Now you can spend as much time as you want to with that. If your dog is nervous, it might be worthwhile investing quite a few training sessions, just making sure they've really got that. You could also build your distance and you could also build your duration on just the bed and the blanket, and we're going to go into that soon. Or if you feel like your dog will be okay with you just going straight into asking him to go into the crate, you can take the bed or blanket into the crate and carry on from there. So for the sake of this video, I'm going to take it into the crate and we'll carry on from there. So exactly the same thing. Ollie. I'm going to stand adjacent to the crate. Ollie, come. Good boy. I'm going to stand adjacent to the crate. I'm going to gesture and point to the crate. Now this time I might just throw a little bit of food in the crate as I gesture. So this is a bit of a cheat, it's a lure, and it's making sure the dog wants to go in there and starting to teach that that hand signal means something quite exciting. Are we ready? In your crate. Good boy. Yep. Nice. In your crate. So you do that enough, your dog will start to, good boy, will start to anticipate, good boy, that when you throw and make that hand movement, there's going to be something nice for him in the crate. Good boy. And again, I'll do it from different angles. Make sure that the command still means the same thing wherever I'm standing. So again, I've got a little bit of food. Great. Good boy. Very nice. Good. Ready? Great. And if you've got a dog who's only putting 2 soon enough. So stage 2 of this is going to be, we're going to start to gesture and say in your crate, but we're not going to throw the food. So at this part, we're just taking away that food lure. So, I'm going to make exactly the same hand gesture, I'm going to say the same words, I'm just not going to throw the food. The food will come after Ollie's gone into the crate. Stop anticipating me, Ollie. That's it. Are you ready? In your crate. Good boy. Lovely. Now if your dog only put 2 paws in, let's say, I would go back to the food throwing until they're going all the way in and they're super keen. Just keep doing the food throwing, the luring, and then they'll soon be ready to come on to this stage again. Ready? In your crate. Good boy. So as soon as he goes in, I'm marking and then rewarding. And again, I want to make sure he will do it from different angles. So I'm going to stand here. In your crate. Good boy. Good lad. And lovely. Good boy. Good boy. Have it in hand. So we've got Ollie going into the crate and out the crate, and it's a little game. He's getting lots of treats, so he's quite happy. So the next thing we need to do is we need to start building the distance up. So being able to ask for that behaviour at a slightly bigger distance. So I might stand, if I started off here, I'm going to just take half a step this way. Don't be surprised if your dog then says, I don't know what you're talking about. If that's the case, just creep back in a little bit closer again. So come out to a little further away from the crate. Come. Getting tired now, aren't you? Okay, are you ready? In your crate. Good boy. Notice I'm not moving anywhere. I want him to go away from me into the crate. I am not moving to lure him into the crate myself. And again, I'll stand at different angles. Good boy. So I keep working on that, taking one step away. Once you've mastered that distance, then take another step away and just build it up, different angles from different areas of the room, until anywhere in that room or the downstairs of the house, for example, you could say in your crate and your dog will go running to get to the crate. Ollie, come. In your crate. From different areas of the house, I think is just so if you needed to direct them quickly, you can. So for example, whenever the doorbell goes, my first response is I tell Ollie to go to his crate, and then he gets shut in while I answer the door. If you have visitors and your dog can be a little bit anxious around visitors, it's quite useful to be able to say in your crate and immediately direct your dog away if you see that they get a little bit tense, or if you see that your visitor starts doing things which are a bit silly and could trigger your dog's aggression. Or the other reason, if again like myself, you've got a baby at home, you might feel that you need to direct your dog quite quickly away from the baby if you see that they've become trapped, or you can just see that they're starting to show low-level signs of anxiety, like lip licking and head turning, and like they would really rather they had a bit more distance from their child and themselves. As soon as you see that, you can just say in your bed, and it just immediately diffuses the situation and sends them away from the problem. So yeah, it can be a really useful management tool. So once your dog can go into the crate on command, then the next challenge is to start getting them to want to stay there. So what you could do is you could feed them in there, you could give them a stuffed Kong, you could give them a chew. That's something that they can spend time on independently and start to really establish that as their really nice place to be. If you've got a dog who's very, very hyper and they're in and out, and they wouldn't be lying down like this now, maybe you need to spend a little bit of time just conditioning. Now that you're in the crate, doesn't mean you need to jump straight back out again. So in order to do that, you would just retreat, and then you might move away, you might do something, and then you would just very quickly go back again and give them another treat. And then you might go away, do something else, and then go back and give them a treat. So you're getting them used to this idea that they don't need to follow you around everywhere, they just need to sit there. And that can, for those dogs who have wiggly bums, that can really help them just establish, they just need to sort of stay there and chill. They don't need to be up and down, up and down. I hope you found that useful. And thank you very much for watching this video on teaching a dog to go into their crate